We just must raise our steps. We just must match the speed. Otherwise, we may not be able to compete favorably in the market space. And it is on that note that NECA's Network of Entrepreneur Women thought it wise to have us discuss this at this May edition. So without much ado, I will quickly run us through the profile of our speaker for today so that we begin to understand that the speaker was carefully chosen, knowing that he has what we are looking for the business of today, looking at what our members need and even what the ecosystem needs. So I'm just going to run through his profile. So I will beg to request or to confirm if Mr. Antonio Onyemauwa is okay. I've just been told that he's already here with us. Pardon me, please. I'll just pronounce the name and please correct me if I do not pronounce it well. Mr. Anthony Onyemauwa. Am I correct?
It's
Onyemauwa.
fine. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Antonio Onyemauwa is a seasoned marketing and digital transformation expert, currently serving as the Vice President and Head of Agency at Beam Creative Nigeria. He's widely respected for his strategic leadership in integration marketing communication, brand development, technology-driven business growth across Nigeria's dynamic marketing ecosystem. Throughout his career, he has delivered measurable impact across leading organizations, consistently driving business growth through innovation and data-led strategies. At Konga, he achieved over 40% customer acquisition growth by implementing a value proposition-led integrated marketing communication strategy that strengthens brand positioning and customer engagement. I know what that means. At Lucky Bird, it contributed to a 13% increase in revenue through the launch of a new mobile application and the development of a pioneering mini agent customers acquisition model, which significantly expanded market reach and accessibility. His work in ML Group resulted in a 23% boost in customer loyalty achieved by repositioning three brands from price-led competition to value-driven narratives that enhance customers' perception and retention. He also played a key role in MTN Nigeria 5G broadband launch, where it contributed to coordinating brand proposition and messaging across multiple customer touchpoints, ensuring a seamless and consistent market rollout and supported adoption and awareness. Mr. Onyemauwa is recognized for his ability to blend creativity, commercial insight, and technology to deliver sustainable business results. In his current role at Beam Creative Nigeria, he continues to help brands and entrepreneurs leverage digital tools, automation, and modern marketing strategy to scale growth and remain competitive in an evolving digital economy. Ladies, if we have gentlemen in the house, please join me as we welcome our speaker to this edition. You are most welcome, sir. We are glad to have you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure
Morning.
to be here. It's a women-focused event. I feel a little bit like I don't belong, but then I also saying that the previous speaker was a man like me, so I feel like okay, fine, maybe I belong a little bit.
You are very
Um,
safe.
okay, cool. Thank you very much. I don't know. that opening looked so much like a resume of sorts. So I don't know how the person who put that together got that together. But then I would have preferred to have left all the data stuff out and just say, oh, he does marketing, he likes to talk, he likes to motivate and train, and leave it at that. One paragraph is enough. So, but thank you everybody for having me. My name is Anthony Onyemauwa. I work with Chocolate City Group. I am a VP at Chocolate City Group and also the head of agency in a subsidiary of Chocolate City Group called Being Creative IMC, where I lead growth initiatives and drive the growth of the business, as well as manage the existing business for being creative. That's what I do today. But beyond that, I relish opportunities to teach, to facilitate, to train, to help people move from where they are to where they can be, leveraging information and new knowledge. So I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. If you do not mind, I would like to share screen so I can put up my documents, my presentation rather. Okay, can we see my screen?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Good. So today I'm privileged to be speaking on the topic leveraging technology and digital tools for growth. It's 1 minute. Let me just 1 minute. And look, if I have that, I'm happy. There's a lot of it. You want to go up, I'm with it. You can come back.
Just now.
Sorry, everybody. I'm in the office, so I had to have the team help bring down their voice because my office, 90%, over 90% of our staff are Gen Z. So sometimes we need to occasionally rein them in when they're going overboard, but that's fine. So, but please, can you all confirm that you can hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we
Thank you very
can.
much. So I'll just jump in, leveraging technology and digital tools for growth. If there are any two sets of people I enjoy having sessions like this with in my life, they are women and youth. I'm an advocate for women development and good development because I know that an empowered woman is an empowered family, an empowered family is an empowered society, an empowered society and empowered world. And the youths are the future. They are our tomorrow. So most youths who are deviant and who are not going in that direction do that because either they don't have enough information or they don't have enough role models. So wherever I find myself, I try to identify youths and give them the appropriate information that's required to grow, as well as try to be a role model to ensure that they can try to model their life after things I can do or things I've done or things I'm doing. So it's my pleasure to be here. I'm supposed to have 45 minutes for this class. It's a short time, but I'll see how much I can, cover. That means I'll be a bit fast, because I have only 45 minutes. Okay, so what are we going to cover in this presentation? I'll talk about the digital landscape. We look at why technology matters. We look at the essential digital tools. We look at social media and visibility. We would look at automation, AI, and productivity. And then we'll finally close with your digital growth strategy. At the end of the day, everybody should understand the role of digital and be able to articulate a strategy to help you succeed either as an entrepreneur or as a professional. So the digital landscape, how technology has transformed business and what it means for you as a person. The digital landscape or digital economy has changed everything. Whatever you knew or however we did anything before, the digital economy has changed it. So number one, is online discovery. Anything and almost everything you want, you can discover online. Customers now discover and evaluate businesses primarily through online channels. Think of the last time you wanted to find out about something and you had to call somebody. No, you always look things up. Always, always. Yesterday, a colleague of mine came to show me a particular coffee in a sachet. It was not coffee, some kind of tea, Tongat Ali or something. And she showed like, ah, boss, you like this? And the moment she bought it, I typed the name on Google to look it up. And she was like, everything, you look everything up. I said, yes, that's the whole point of digital. I try to maximize digital. I don't drive from any point to any point without using Google Map. Why? Because I have data on my phone. I have the phone. The map sees, the road ahead of me. It's like trusting God. Why do I want to rely on myself when I can rely on God? So if I'm traveling, why do I want to rely on my historical data or knowledge of the road when I can't see beyond the street I am, when I have a map that can see from end to end and guide me appropriately? So online discovery is
Jacob,
one. Pardon? Online discovery is one of the ways digital economy has changed everything. Also, digital influence. Professionals build influence and credibility through digital platforms. There are many people who are millionaires and multi-millionaires today who are popular, who have come into their own because of digital influence. The digital economy allows you to move from nobody to somebody. If you relied only on your career or your church, your local assembly or your local mosque or your community to be influential before, with digital, you can actually become influential without leaving the four corners of your house, because with digital you can access anybody anywhere. You can influence people, you can influence how people think, how they talk, what they do, what they buy, simply by what you put out. Also, because of digital economy, we can have remote operations. Businesses operate remotely with distributed teams and cloud-based tools. If there was anything that COVID taught us that we did not have to congregate at the office to get work done. 10 years ago, this session we are having now, we probably would have been meeting at Sheraton Hotel or Lagos Airport Hotel, or if we can't afford that, would have been meeting at one hall, one community hall somewhere, or rent a school or something to have this session, even though my speaking time is not more than 45 minutes. Imagine the sacrifices all of us would have had to make. Everybody would have had to drive from their homes or board public transport from their homes to the venue and back, all the lost time and the opportunity cost, things we could have done other than being on the road. All of that, are things that digital economy has changed and we can actually operate remotely. Also, AI-powered productivity is an outcome of digital economy. Artificial intelligence is reshaping how we work and create value. A lot of things that would have taken hours and days to create, with the power of AI, they can be done in minutes, cutting down the time we spend on everything and freeing up more time for us to do things that really matter to us. The digital economy has also made social commerce possible because social media directly influences buying decisions and purchase behavior. So with social media, people can be influenced on what they buy. Between 2011 and this year, that's 15 years, I can tell you I have spent almost 5 million on online courses. And these online courses are courses sold by Nigerians. And all of these people who sold these courses, I never met any of them in person before I parted with my money and, participated in the course and training. I simply only saw them online, heard them a couple of times, believed in them, and dropped six figures to do their courses. So that's another outcome of digital economy, social commerce. It influenced my buying decision and my purchase behavior. And also because of that, I prefer I don't prefer, but I actually do enjoy. I've gotten used to buying and paying for courses online and doing them at my own pace at home, particularly there are courses that I actually see the value in them. If I must attend a physical course, it has to be a course that the value of attending it in person is greater than doing it offline, doing it online. But that is the outcome of digital economy. Then finally, access and scale. Technology creates unprecedented access to global markets and scale. I do a lot of facilitation at different places, and I tell people when I'm facilitating on sales or marketing or entrepreneurship, I tell them, I said, your competition is not the guy on your street anymore. It's not the person whose shop is beside your shop in Ukiani or Alaba or Computer Village or Aspamda, wherever. Your competition is that guy in China, that guy in Hong Kong, that guy in India. Okay, that is your competition. Why? Because as a result of the digital economy, people, brands, businesses, however small or big, they have access and scale. If any of us on digital media today would know about Temu, Temu have their ads everywhere. So that means that at some point in our history, I did work at Konga. I led marketing at Konga, and at the time, our competition was Jumia. But now, the competition of Konga is not even Jumia anymore. Jumia is one of the competition, but even more pressing is a brand like Temu. Why? Because they have a marketing budget that Jumia and Konga combined together cannot even imagine. They have insane marketing budget, and their targeting is aggressive, their retargeting is pervasive, they are in your face. Just click on them once, they'll follow you everywhere across all platforms. That's access and scale that has been enabled by the digital economy. So the key insight is that the businesses that thrive today are those that embrace digital transformation, not as an option, but as a core strategy. Okay. So, what are the opportunities for women in tech? Technology has removed traditional barriers to growth. Before, the problem was access to markets. You know, sorry, somebody's mic, so I can hear something. Should I continue or should I wait?
Please go
Okay.
ahead. Be muted.
Okay.
Sorry about
So access to markets. As a woman, you can reach global customers from anywhere without physical infrastructure. And this is very, very important because in the past, and not so much anymore, but in the past, when traditional roles were still a thing, and if you are a woman and you did not have a 9 to 5 job, your role was basically as a housewife at home and take care of the kids. You can't, it's only if the husband is buoyant enough that he'll give you money to start a business, and that business cannot be far from the house. And the people who patronize will be around the house or around the street where your shop or store is or whatever. Even now, with more and more women, breaking the ceiling and becoming leaders in the corporate space. For those who want to go into business, the challenge is always that, oh, how do I combine business with family, with the husband, with the children, and the extended family? But with digital, that is no longer an issue because you can remotely manage a lot of things, and that is something that more women need to lean into as long as they're able to retrain their mind and understand that, the scripts of before has changed. Right now, whatever the business idea is, whether it's an idea based on goods, physical goods, or intangible services, you can actually and move them from your house, even without inventory. That's something that's an opportunity for women that digital has created. Number two is access to customers. You can connect directly with your ideal audience through targeted digital channels. That's something that digital has also made available. Digital has also created access to learning, free and affordable resources to learn any skill at your own space or at your own pace. So it doesn't matter if maybe because your parents forced you to become a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer and you have passion for something else, but you never really had the time to go and develop it. With digital, YouTube has more free courses, free videos on a lot of things than even many academic, platforms. So that's something digital has. And for the ones that YouTube do not have, there are learning platforms that you can go and learn stuff either paid or free, that you can get all the knowledge you want from your house. For women who don't have enough opportunity to go and get maybe a postgraduate or whatever, there are many online programs that can be done with even from your home. So it gives you access to learn. You want to learn a new skill or hone a skill you already have, you want to improve on it, digital gives you that access. And then it also gives you global opportunities. Remote work and digital services open doors to international clients, meaning that you can choose not to compete with local players. I have a course I'm launching in a couple of months, and that course, I have decided that the core of that course, I'm not going to be serving the Nigerian audience. My ads are going to be focusing on Nigerians in diaspora. Why? Because I have a target in foreign currency. In the past, that would have been impossible, but now I can simply arrange my ad, ensure that my ads for Google, for YouTube, for Meta are facing Nigerians in Nigeria, in Canada, in the US, in Europe. And when they pay, they'll pay me in either USD or Euro and pay into an account that is not even in Nigeria. Those are things that technology has made possible. And then lastly, technology has created visibility and influence. You can build a personal brand that attracts opportunity and recognition. And building a personal brand does not mean that you need to have a PhD or an MBA or whatever. You can become anything as long as you have something to share, and everybody has something to share. It doesn't have to be a business knowledge. It can be an experience, maybe growing up in a poor home or growing up in a home of marital abuse or growing up in a home where maybe the upbringing, the way your parents brought you up, you think was not ideal and it shaped you and you had childhood trauma and you had to overcome it as an adult. There's always something, an experience that you have that you can position, put together, and become visible and influential. And these are opportunities for women in tech that technology has made possible. So you need to know that your growth today is directly connected to your digital visibility, to the digital systems you have, and your digital adaptability. One of the exercises I ask my participants to do every time I have a class like this, particularly in physical classes, I ask them, open Google, type your name, and click search, and see what Google brings up about you. If Google does not have at least 5 mentions of you, you are invisible. You are invisible as a person. You are invisible as a knowledge giver. You are invisible as an employee. You are invisible as a professional. Most people, their only visibility on Google is LinkedIn. And that is because everybody in the office has LinkedIn and they looked out of place. Or for some of them who are on Facebook, if they post, that's all. But you need to be more visible than that because your growth today is directly connected to it. Businesses that ignore technology risk becoming invisible. Why? Because number one, fast responses. Customers expect instant replies and real-time engagement. That is, if you have begun selling anything online, whether it's a product or a service, customers expect fast responses. Number two, online presence. Being discoverable online is now a business necessity. It's not negotiable. If you can't be found online, there's no need, except you are doing a B2B business where you are practically only selling to companies directly. But even at that, they want to know how you look. So it is not negotiable. Number three, digital payments. Seamless payment options customers expect at checkout. Checkout people, when anybody is buying anything from you, whether it's a product, a tangible good or intangible good, they want to have seamless digital payments. Number four is convenience. People don't want to go through any hoops, jump through any hoops, or go through any hassles when they're experiencing. They want it to be frictionless. And finally, people want tailored experiences that make them feel valued. So you need to personalize. To personalize. That's why when you get emails, you see the email say, dear, they mention your first name because they're trying to personalize it. So ask yourself, if I am selling anything, I'm offering any service, how am I personalizing it? And it's not just about the email too. When you share experiences or talk about things, you need to personalize it in a way that the listener or the viewer can see themselves in it and feel like you are making it directly for them, you know. So that is um, one reason why you need to pay attention to technology. Let us move on to why technology matters. Understanding technology as a catalyst for business growth. Technology is a growth enabler. Why? Because it expands your audience beyond geographical limits. I already mentioned that earlier, you can reach more people. Number two, with technology, you can work faster. You can complete tasks in minutes that used to take hours. Number three, you can save time. With technology, you can automate a lot of repetitive tasks and reclaim your schedule. You know, in the past, when I have a phone and I have many pictures, I try to go and check and see which pictures are duplicates, so I can free up the memory space of my phone. But now with iCloud, it does not matter what the memory space of your phone is. The iCloud backs up all your content, whether they are images, videos. But this morning, I was just going through my phone, and then I just saw that after I updated my iOS, the phone was showing me media on my phone that had duplicates and asked me if I wanted to delete and if I wanted to merge the duplicates just on its own. Normally, that is something
7213.
I would spend like 30 minutes or 1 hour or more in the past doing.
Yeah.
But at the click of a button, in seconds, the thing merged all my duplicates content. So it's saving me time. That is something that technology does. It also reduces cost. Why? Because lower operational expenses, it lowers operational expenses with digital goods, digital tools rather, and workflows. There are lots of things that normally you need a lot of people to do for you, hire different people to do. But with digital, you can reduce that cost. Also, with digital, you can create a better experience for your customers or clients. Why? Because you can delight customers with seamless, personalized service. Also, you can also scale efficiently. You can grow your business without proportionately increasing your costs. Hold on with this. Hello, sorry about the Okay, so what challenges will your business face without digital tools? Think about the typical day in your business. Which task takes the longest? Which one feels like you have to always repeat it to get it done? Which one can you streamline or automate? Why? Because the gap between digital and non-digital businesses are growing wider every day. It's growing wider every day. Every day. What you can achieve with a digital business versus what you can achieve with a non-digital business is expanding every day. The question is not whether you need to adopt technology. The question is how quickly can you integrate it? And it is possible to integrate technology in whatever you are doing,
Four four
whether
nine
whether
eight
you are whether you
zero
are in
449840. 449840.
Can you
Madam
please
Lara,
mute?
please
Please
mute.
mute, please.
okay. So
Sorry about that.
it's not whether you to adopt technology, but how quickly you can integrate it. So what there are three growth drivers when we talk about technology. The first one is visibility. People must know you exist. If you do not exist, if people don't know you exist, that means the business or whatever idea you have as a business or career, it is limited already. Technology amplifies your presence across platforms, markets, and demographics. So, key question: can your ideal customer find you in 30 seconds? And when we say customer here, it doesn't have to be like you are selling something or you're offering a service. Even as a professional, if for example you're a tax consultant and one of the big fives, the KPMG, Deloitte and Co, they try to hire a tax consultant with 10 years experience and all of that, and you have 14 years experience, and the business goes online and tries to randomly find 500 or 100 tax consultants in Nigeria that have over 10 years experience. Question, will they find you without having to call somebody? That is how important visibility is, and there are many things you can do to be visible. I always tell people, enter my name in Google. Before you stop finding my name, you get to like page 8. You will find it. Why? Because I take being visible very, very seriously. There are 7 days in a week. I post at least 4 to 5 times in a week on LinkedIn consistently, always. Why? Because I know that my next breakthrough will not even be in Nigeria. It may be in the US, it may be in the UK, it may be in India, it may be wherever. And they do not need to know me or know my father or know anybody related to me to find me. They just need to enter Google, enter digital space, and see if they'll find me. So, question, do people know that you exist even outside your space? While you're having this class, please bring out your phones and type in your name on Google and search and see beyond LinkedIn. As when you even have LinkedIn, see beyond LinkedIn. How many mentions of you do you have on Google? And then if you have mentions of you beyond LinkedIn and Facebook, what other places are you mentioned? By the time you get to page 2, are you still mentioned? If you are not, you need to take your visibility very, very seriously, because that's one of the growth drivers that technology enables us with. There's this thing we say in advertising that having a business and not advertising is like a man winking at a girl in the dark. The man knows he's winking, but the girl can't see him. He can't see that he's winking. So the same thing about visibility. And if you are doing all you are doing, you've gotten your first degree, you have your MBA, you have your master's, MSc, you even have a PhD, and you have been working for 14 years, 15 years, and you are brilliant, and all your degrees are first class, first class, first class. If you are not visible on digital, somebody who has just one MA and has the same number of years as you have, or let's even leave MA, somebody who has just BSc but has been consistent, that is visible, that's always showing their work, will easily, get that opportunity way before you. When my details were being read out this morning, I was just smiling because those things are just some of the things that I figured out. Whoever got it apparently went to my LinkedIn. I just took some of the stuff there and put it together. But if you enter my name, apart from LinkedIn, there are other platforms that aggregate people's data as professionals. You will find about the same thing there, and they are very clear. And it helps you make a clear decision as to whether you want to engage this person or not. Visibility, take it very, very serious. Always take it very, very serious. If you're not visible, you're already disadvantaged. Number 2 is efficiency. The second growth driver is efficiency. Technology reduces stress and manual work by automating repetitive tasks and streamlining workflow. So the key question here is, how many hours do you spend on tasks that a tool can do? As we proceed in this session, I'll show us tools that we can do that will reduce the number of hours we spend on task. The ease, the speed with which I'm able to, put together my thoughts these days and create content is way better than what I had access to in 2015, 2016. Then it was arduous work, and you see me shooting videos in my car, I will take time, I will write script, edit. But now, once I just write the script, I can put it in a platform and the thing can dice it, and shorten it into, or adapt it for LinkedIn, adapt it for social media from the original thing. My life just became very, very easy. It makes my life it makes what I do very, very, efficient. So that's the second growth driver that technology provides. And then number 3 is scalability. Technology allows growth beyond physical limitations. You can serve 10 times the customers without 10 times overhead. So the key question here is, what will it take to 10 times your reach? Whatever it is you are selling, by the way, It doesn't matter what you do, everybody is selling something. If you're an employee, you are selling your service and your time. If you are a business person, you are selling value either as a tangible good or an intangible good. And if at the moment you are neither of them, you are a full stay-at-home wife, you are selling your care, your love, to your spouse, to your children, to your family. So, question: how can you get more out of that? How can you scale that? That is the third growth driver that technology provides. So let's quickly look at essential digital tools for entrepreneurs. So I have put them into categories. There are good tools for communication, productivity, design, marketing, financial, and there are AI tools. Under communication, there are tools that everybody should know. You have WhatsApp Business, you have Zoom. We are having this meeting now on Zoom. Okay, so and even Zoom, you may say, Zoom, I have to pay for it. No, there are free versions that basically just tells you how many participants you can have and how much time you can spend. And then as your revenue begins to grow, you can now go into the expanded version where you may now decide to have begin to pay. So WhatsApp Business, Zoom, Google Workspace, Microsoft Teams, these are communication tools. And what it does that team and client communication becomes possible. You can do remote collaboration like we are doing now. When I was first told about this NECA thing, my concern was that, hey, that means I have to drive to NECA, to Keja, my office at Lekki Phase 1, my house at Surulere. How do I want to do it? But I don't like to say no because an opportunity to, share what I know. But then I just said yes with faith. And then the person out of me is actually virtual and I heaved a sigh of relief. Why? Because there's a communication tool called Zoom through which we can have this. So everybody's listening. I'm sure you are all in your different homes, offices, you're not clustered together, but we are all connected. Why? Because there is a tool that can do that. It also allows for better customer service. Number two category is productivity. And the tools under productivity are tools like Trello, Asana, Notion, Google Calendar. We use these tools in my office. And what do they do? They help with task tracking. You can track tasks, So which is why in my office sometimes we do a hybrid model. There are days we come to office and there's a day we work from home. I can track what everybody's doing in real time. I don't need to see your face to see what you're doing. Why? Because of this productivity tool. So they help with task tracking, time management, team coordination, and workflow visibility. If you're not using them, then you are just really, really stressing yourself because you can get a lot more done and efficiently if you use any of these tools. I also mentioned Google Calendar here. That means you can actually have a meeting and set and everybody will get an automatic invite in their emails without you using any other third-party tool that will send you emails. It's a no-brainer. It's just a no-brainer. The third category is design. Under design, you have stuff like Canva, CapCut, Adobe Express. I use these tools personally because if you check my handle on Instagram at Ikemba1, IKEMBA, then the number 1, I am always doing videos, carousels, I'm talking, I'm teaching, I'm posting. These things, I do them myself. I don't have an art director. I don't have a personal graphic artist. I batch create and I do these things using Canva. Of course, when I began, I was doing the free version, but now I do the paid version. But even at that, when I compare the productivity and the results I get with them vis-a-vis what I would have gotten without them, it just makes a lot of sense. So these tools are for design. What they do is that they help with strong branding, better content quality, professional marketing materials, and it's something that you should take advantage of. The fourth category is marketing. Under marketing, you have social platforms, analytics tools. So social platforms will refer to stuff like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of those. They also have the analytic back end tool from where you can do your analytics, see how well you are connecting, look at the data, the figures, see if you are hitting your KPIs, what you are trying to achieve, whether you are hitting them and what you need to optimize. It's good for visibility, customer acquisition, audience insights, and engagement tracking. The fifth category is financial, where you have tools like Paystack, Flutterwave, mobile banking, which helps with easier payments, financial tracking, faster transactions, and customer convenience. You don't have to have before you have to hire an accountant or a finance guy. But say once you put up a link and you set up the business, your store on Paystack, you can always check how much inventory you have left, how many has been sold. You can even run promos, run discounts, run specialized campaigns. All of them from that platform without a team, and the platform will just help you do that for a small, commission. So these are tools you should take advantage of. And then the last category is AI tools, where you have things like ChatGPT, other AI writing assistants, AI scheduling. You have stuff like, Claude, you have stuff like, there are many of them, AI Carousel, Kimi, all of them. They help with content generation, brainstorming, research, customer responses, and automation. If as a person you're not using these tools in your work, you are really, really living, you are really, really stressing yourself, because these are tools that will help you. Now, let's quickly go into social media and visibility, which is about turning digital presence into business growth and influence. You should know that social media is a business tool. It is not just for checking what Instablog is saying or what Femi Ednot is posting, or Tunde Ednot is posting. It is not just entertainment, it is marketing, it is networking, it is sales, it is branding, it is customer engagement, it is thought leadership. All these I mentioned here are things that I've taken advantage of on social media, and that people have also taken advantage of to get me to buy from them too, both in the past and in the present. So you should take note of it. Each platform serves different purposes. The key is choosing the right ones for your business goals and showing up consistently. We should know that visibility is the new currency. If people cannot find you online, they may not trust your brand. If people cannot find you online, they may not buy from you. If people cannot find you online, they may not even refer you. And if people cannot find you online, they may not remember you. In my organization, whenever we're trying to recruit for a role, I put up an ad on my LinkedIn. HR does their own too. And then when people send in their resumes, the first thing I do is I check them up on Google, check them up on LinkedIn, and from there I begin to form opinions about them. If they are not visible, I know that these guys, they're not taking their career seriously. So if someone visits your social media page today, what impression will they get about your expertise or business? Social media, people think social media is just about putting up pictures of when they traveled, when they went to Dubai, went to the UK, went to Cancun in Mexico. It is more than that. It's a positioning tool. It's a platform for you to reach people, people, you can, from there, you can actually start another source of income if you know how to use it. Okay. So there are common mistakes that people make on social media. I'll talk about the ones people make per platform. So on LinkedIn, for example, it is best for branding, for business to business networking, and for thought leadership. I use that a lot. On Instagram, it's good for visual storytelling, for product showcasing, for lifestyle brands. On TikTok, it's good for reach and engagement. It's good for viral content, and it is good if you are trying to reach a younger demographic. On Facebook is good for community building, for groups, and if you want to reach an older demographic. My daddy is 75 and is on Facebook. But if I want to reach people like him, I won't go to TikTok, because TikTok is where I'll find my nieces, my nephews. That's where they are. So every media platform has its own uniqueness. Okay, then Twitter is for real-time conversation, for news, for industry visibility. What are the common mistakes people make and that you need to avoid? Number one, inconsistent posting. You can't post on Monday and don't post again until Thursday and don't post again until Sunday and think people will take you serious. They would not. There's what we call information overload. Every day, millions of posts, content are going out. So if you are not consistent, the algorithm will not show you to people. Number two, poor branding across platforms. You don't just put up a video. Try to put your logo or a name or a website or your Instagram handle, something that shows ownership and authenticity. So you need to improve on the branding for that. and not having a clear message or niche. Don't just go and just start talking about anything. Be clear about what you want to talk about and be consistent. If you check my Instagram handle, you will see what I talk about without me even telling you. But because you see what I put there is I'm consistent across specific subjects, and that is what I want people to know me by on that platform. Also, posting without the strategy is about the same thing. Don't just post randomly. People also ignore engagement and DM. Somebody comments on your post, respond to it. Somebody asks you a question, engage them. Somebody likes you, like them back. It encourages them to continue to engage with your brand. And then people also do not put call to action in post. So you put up a video. What do you want them to do? Want them to like or comment or share or respond or retweet? There has to be a call to action. So what do high growth professionals do instead? They share their knowledge generously to build authority and trust. They show expertise with case studies and results. They build trust consistently through authentic engagement, and they create value with every piece of content that they share. So if you want to build a strong digital presence, start by defining your brand. Clarify your niche, your values, your unique value proposition. Your profile should communicate who you help and how you help them under 5 seconds. I like to always use myself as an example. If you check my Instagram handle at ikemba1, just go to the bio, you see what I do. It's very clear. It's one sentence. It tells you who I am, what I do in under 5 seconds, and that should be the way you should go about it. Use consistent colors, fonts, and tones across all platforms. The same thing, go to my page. You see I'm particular about the colors, I'm particular about the font. It's consistent across. That is what you should do when you're defining your brand. Number 2, create consistently. If you check my last post must have been like 2 days ago or something. That's on Instagram or yesterday, I can't remember. But on LinkedIn, I know I still posted yesterday. You have to be consistent. Consistency beats perfection. Don't wait till you have the perfect video or the perfect design. Just be consistent. Set a realistic posting schedule and stick to it, whether it's daily, 3 times a week, or weekly. That creates your content to stay ahead and reduce stress. Don't only create content when you need to post them, but create it. So to batch create means that you decide on one topic you want to talk about or share and create like 10, 20 of them so that from the next day you only focus on posting. And then number 3, engage authentically. Social media is a two-way street. Reply to comments, answer DMs, and genuinely connect with your community. Authentic engagement builds trust faster than any content strategy. Your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So for people to even say anything about you, you need to have a personal brand. Some people not even say about them at all because they don't have a brand. But your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room, which brings us to automation, AI, and productivity, working smarter with intelligent tools and automations. What you can automate today, automation saves time, energy, cost, and mental stress. I've said that before. Based on automation, you can do appointment booking using Calendly or Google Calendar to let clients book you without back and forth messaging. You can do email responses. You can set up auto replies, canned responses, and email templates for common inquiries. You can do customer follow-ups. There are automated CRM sequences that nurture leads and keep customers engaged post-purchase. Just automate it. And once somebody makes a comment, automatically they get a feedback. That is something that AI can do for you. So you don't have to be on your phone around the clock. It frees your time to do what really matters to you. Then social media scheduling, you can schedule a week or month of posts in one sitting with Buffer, with Later, or native tools. There are tools based on which you can actually go and put all the posts you want to post for, all the content you want to post for the week, and just put the time you want them to go out. And when that time comes, the platform will just release them. That way, you can actually spend 6 hours of your weekend to create all your content, put them on that platform, and after that, for the rest of the week, the thing will just be posting by itself. You don't even need to touch your phone to post anymore. That is something that social media can do for you, that AI can do for you via social media scheduling. Then using automation, you can also do invoice generation by using platforms like Wave, QuickBooks, or Paystack to auto-generate and send recurring invoices. You can also do payment reminders, automated reminders to reduce late payments, and awkward follow-up conversations. The idea is to start small. Pick one task that drains your time each week and find a tool to automate it. Small automations compound into massive time savings. So how do we use AI strategically? Smart professionals use AI. Using AI may replace those who refuse to adapt. AI is not actually replacing humans. I tell people all the time, it is simply amplifying those who use it. So it makes those who use it better, happier, and more effective and productive. So what AI can help you with? Can help you with writing proposals and business documents, creating social media captions and content. With business research and market analysis, I use Claude for a lot of business research, and the insights are mind blowing. It helps with generating content ideas and brainstorming, helps with creating presentations and pitch decks, helps with customer communication and support. You're looking at these slides, you see how beautiful they are. In the past, I would have taken my time to start designing this, designing that. No, I simply articulated what I wanted to write on Word. Then I put them on just a blank um PowerPoint, documents, page by page. Just put them page one, this is what I want, page two. I just put them there without any design, and I put it to my AI tool that I pay for. And voila, we have this document looking so fine, So in the past, I had a graphic artist design this. I'll tell him use this font, use this color. Let me see page one, change slide three, change. No, I just do the basic under 20 minutes and put it in my platform, and the thing just cleans it up, and we're good to go as long as I have the basics. So the important reminder is that AI should support your thinking and decision making. It should improve your efficiency and reduce your busy work, and it should increase your speed of execution. What it should not reduce, or what it should not do, is it should not replace your authenticity and voice. It should not. It should not replace your creativity completely, and it should not replace your human relationships. Remember, I mentioned that I wrote the things I wanted to say. So that is authenticity and voice. Then I put them in a normal PowerPoint slide, just white space, slide one, slide two, slide three. This is what I want, this is what I want, without any design. But what the platform did for me was to just make the design, but it had to use my content. So it cannot replace authenticity. I will not tell the platform, I come up with this, I'm speaking on this topic. No. Why? Because it will not sound in my voice. And then number two, it will not be specific to the audience I'm trying to speak to. So these are things that AI should not replace. So now let's talk about your digital growth strategy. It's a practical framework for consistent, sustainable growth. The first step digital growth framework is number one, start by improving your visibility. I talked about it a lot. If you are not visible, you're not going to be profitable. The more visible you are, the more profitable you are. If you cannot be seen, you cannot be patronized. If I can speak pidgin, now person wey dem see, then they ask how far. If they can't see you, they can't engage you. They can't see you, they can't buy from you. They can't see you, they can't hire you. Everything starts with visibility, be seen. Most people who do not marry early, both male and female, is because to a large extent, many of them are not visible. They're all hiding in their office, in their house, in their whatever. They never go out, never go to spaces where they can engage other human beings. So visibility is very, very, very key. Number two, improve your systems. Use productivity tools, automate repetitive tasks, organize workflows for efficiency. Number three, improve learning. Learn new digital skills. Stay adaptable. Don't stick to that thing that they taught you in university 10 years ago. The thing they taught you in university 10 years ago was actually written 40 years ago. Imagine how obsolete they are. So improve your learning and embrace innovation and emerging tools. Also, improve your customer experience, faster communication, better engagement, easier payment systems, or seamless service. These are things that digital can make happen for you. Small digital improvements create massive growth. You don't need to do everything at once. Better online branding, faster response systems, consistent content, automated workflows, and data tracking are small changes that compound into massive results over time. Remember, I said earlier that consistency beats perfection. Don't wait till it is perfect. Start and grow. Even Jesus in the Bible was not focused on perfection. He had to grow, he had to learn, he had to go with his brothers, he had to leave his town, he had to even go to the temple and learn. It started somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere. Don't wait till it is perfect before it is done, because consistency beats perfection. Start with one step and then build from there. The key takeaways that I want you to take away from this training or this session is that number one, technology is a growth accelerator. It's not a nice to have, it is a necessity. Number two, digital visibility. It has come in again, visibility. It creates opportunities. If they can't find you, they can't hire you. At the same time, they can't patronize you if you are selling stuff. Number three, productivity tools improve efficiency. Whether it's, whatever it is, it improves efficiency to you. You need to work smarter, not just harder. Also, social media should be used strategically, not just for entertainment. Some people go on social media, spend an hour, 2 hours watching videos and being happy. But the videos they're watching, every time you're watching a video of somebody on YouTube, they are getting views on their back end and they're getting remuneration, they're getting money, they're getting dollars, they're getting paid. So when will you stop being just a consumer and also being a creator? Even God that created us, He is a creator. And if we are made in His image, we are supposed to create something. We are supposed to create something. That is the true proof that you are made in the image of God. So while it is good to consume what other people have created, what are you creating? The inability to create is one of the reasons why Africa is where it is today. Because we do not create. Everybody just importing. When will we start creating our own? So I charge you today, don't just consume stuff on social media or digital platform. Start thinking of creating your own. Also know that AI increases speed and creativity. Embrace it as a co-pilot, not a replacement. AI should not replace your mind. AI cannot learn local slangs, and of course there is adaptive learning, but then it cannot replace authenticity, because no matter how adaptive it is, authenticity is contextual. What makes sense in Lagos may not make sense in Umuahia, for example. So it should be a co-pilot, not a replacement. And then finally, consistency beats perfection. Small steps rather taken daily lead to massive results. So if I should ask you today, which digital task currently consumes too much of your time, what will your answer be? Identify it, find a tool that will replace it, automate it, and reclaim your time for what truly matters, which leads us to your action plan. What is one digital tool or strategy you will start using immediately after this session? Take notes. I expect there will be questions, so you can ask me if you need specific mentions of things you need to start using. So start by auditing your current social media profile. Choose one automation tool to implement this week. Set up a content calendar for the next 30 days. Try one AI tool for a business task you do regularly. Identify one task to delegate or automate, and commit to posting constantly for 30 days. Why? Because technology rewards those who are willing to adapt, learn, and show up consistently. And with this, I say thank you. I know I'm 5 minutes late, but I just have to even rush it. Thank you very much for your time. That'll be all. Thank you.
Thank you so very, very much. Thank you so much, Mr. Onyemauwa. We really, really appreciate you. In fact, as I was looking at it and I was following, I was like, wow, this is so intense, so loaded, so robust. Thank you so very much. We're going to go into Q&A, but I want to quickly reiterate some of the things you said. I do not have the luxury of going through all of the details, but I just want to bring out some things for our participants in addition to what you have highlighted as a take home. When you say consistency beats perfection, I'm like, wow. So you don't have to be perfect to throw things out there, to show engagement, to be visible. So that's one thing for us to look at as we engage, as we operate in the digital space. And you also emphasize the fact that every social platform has its own peculiarity. So you need to understand, what do I want to do? How do I want to engage my customer? And how do I want to maximize that opportunity? And there's something he said, the more visible, the more profit. I think that should be an interesting catch for entrepreneur. Why are we in business? It says the more visible, the more profit. So what is stopping me from being visible? I think that's another thing you should ask yourself. The more visible, the more profit. And he explained why that is so. Because when you are visible, there's tendency, the probability that people will reach out to you needing your service, they will patronize your business. And of course, the more sales, the more money, the more profits at the business profitability your business becomes. So the question is, what is stopping me from being visible? Or what do I need to do to be visible? And the other thing he talks about, which I also want us to look at critically as a takeaway from this session, is the fact that you are invisible if Google does not recognize you. So go on Google, check your visibility, check your rating, and begin to break whatever that barrier that may be hindering your visibility. And of course, being online is no longer negotiable. It's not, oh, I will be online or I will not be online. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur that desire profitability, that desire sustainability in business, that desire to do things differently, I think being visible should be core of what you want to achieve. And the year, well, we are getting into half of the year already, but the better time to start is now. Our discourse this morning says leveraging technology and digital tool for growth. And I know for sure that we all want to grow. Everyone has desire to grow. But the roadmap to growth is what we need to embrace. And that is why we're having this conversation this morning. So on that note, I can see a hand already up. We are now going into the Q&A session. So I would like to ask, will you want to take all the questions together or you will attend to each of the questions as it comes?
Attend to them as they come so I don't forget any.
Okay. Thank you so very much. So I would like to call on Adebola Akinwande to please ask a question.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, dear moderator and a fantastic facilitator.
Thank you.
Thank you. So to cut to the chase, thank you so much for the prompt to go to Google because a few months back, I think about a year ago, yes, a few months back, sometime last year, I did go, to search my visibility. So I saw myself come up and it was okay. But, even as you just asked us to do so now, I did. And thank God I scrolled further because I've already put it in the chat room. I found fake photographs against my name, impersonations. So please, how do I address that, please? Because what it means is that they're probably using my name and details. If you do click on it, it goes to LinkedIn and it shows who I really am. But the media that comes up are at least 4 different photographs that are not mine. All right, one of them is even a white, a Caucasian, which obviously I'm not. All right, so please guide me on how to do it. Thank you very much. And of course, for all of us to learn from. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
You want to speak to that, sir?
Okay, sorry. I was trying to, I didn't know I was on mute. Okay, so now everything has their pros and their cons. So with the advent of AI and digital, media, it's an enabler, but then there will always be, people who want to leverage it to advance their own agenda. I know that there are platforms, there are ways of it depends on what the impersonation is. If, for example, I don't know what your line of business is or what you do, but if let's say you sell something or you provide a service and somebody puts up a content with your face and your name claiming to provide that service so that they can use that as an opportunity to defraud people, you can always put out a disclaimer immediately on that platform. What does that do? In the event that person is able to go ahead to get funds off people leveraging your name because you put out that's you know that content, letting people know that hey, that's not me, and mentioning the specific handle and all of that. In the event of litigation, that will stand as evidence to show that hey, I didn't do it. And then of course it also help eventually when forensic analysts are doing this analysis, because the way forensic analysts work on things like this, they'll check the IP address where it came from. It definitely will not be your IP address. Also, I know that there are services that are paid for that would actually go online and they can actually sanitize the online space for you specifically, meaning that they can go and scrub out specific information that you do not want to have online. So people who, for example, have videos of them maybe in compromising situations online and you don't see those videos anymore, is because they have employed these services to help them scour the space and scrub them off. So it depends on what that whole impersonation is about. If it's about obtaining services, obtaining money from people, or getting pictures from people for a service they claim to provide, which is not you. For that, just put out a disclaimer, put up a post saying that, hey, so and so, whatever, I'm putting up this is not me. Anybody dealing with them deals with them at their own risk, and then mention your actual thing. However, if it is maybe more than one or two, and it's gets to the space where it's may reflect badly on you or affect your standing where you work, then you may want to employ the services of you may not want to go to the next step and basically get the service of people who can help you scrub that out. I can actually check. I've never had to use it, but I can actually check, and if that's a need that something you want to employ, I can check and share one of such services with you, and then you can take it off. But it's not preventable, because there are always good people and bad people. And the upside of it is that people only try to imitate or make a copy of a good original, meaning that there's value that you have to offer, and they feel that if they post you and show that you are the one when you're not the one, they can get the monetary value that you should be getting. So, but it is what it is. So that's my feedback to that.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, I really appreciate the contacts of those that can engage to help me sanitize what's happening online. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you for wonderful.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Thank you so very much. I would like to call on Ade Awofeso now to ask a question. I also have a few other questions, maybe two, after that we'll take from here before we bring the session to a close.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ade Awofeso. Thanks so much to the new management for this regular and consistent business entrepreneur teachings. It's been awesome. And I want to really appreciate our teacher. He's not just a facilitator. He has taught us. It's so wide, it's so broad, very comprehensive what he has taught today, and I'm so grateful. I have a question. When you were talking about the different tools, you mentioned productivity tools. You said Trello, Asana, Notion, Google Calendar. I was thinking I would see like Microsoft 365.
Yeah, so it's not a comprehensive tool.
Okay,
It's not a comprehensive
because
list.
I'm just learning about that. I was wondering whether
It is
it's
part of
one
it,
of it or not. What about
It is part of it.
Zoho and Odoo? Are they
All of them,
tools?
they are all productivity tools. I
Okay,
can't
because I
mention
was.
all of them. I just mentioned the one that we use a lot in my office.
Thank you. I just wanted to be sure because I'm just learning them now. Okay.
Yeah, they are also productivity tools, depending on what productivity you're trying to put them to. Some of them are enterprise, some of them are end-to-end, some of them are specific to what you are trying to achieve, but they are all productivity tools nonetheless.
Okay, thank you. I'm blessed. I appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so very much for that response to that. So the other question I have here, it says a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with consistency online. What practical strategy can business owner use to build a strong digital presence without feeling overwhelmed?
Okay. So to build a constant digital presence online without feeling overwhelmed, that without feeling overwhelmed is the core of this class to ensure that you do not feel overwhelmed. So you two things, consistency, meaning that keep to a schedule. Like I said earlier, consistency is not necessarily 5 posts a day or 1 post every day. No, pick a rhythm or a schedule that works with you, but stick to that schedule. There are some people who their followers now they only post twice a week, so they come to check because their content is so good. It's like a dosage that they cannot miss. So you need to start at number one, being consistent. And that consistency, depending on what you are posting, if we're talking about social media posts here, depending on what you are posting, if you are somebody whose day job takes a lot of your time,